Hey folks, how are you? Steve Konorzeski here, owner of Squeegee Clean. In this video is to discuss our soft wash roof cleaning. You're probably asking yourself, what the heck are those black streaks that are on my roof? Well, those black streaks are actually algae. Another thing that you might have on your roof is a green patchy or green spongy looking fungus or material. The green patchy is lichen, the green spongy stuff is moss. This grows on mainly your north, west, and east facing roof slopes. It's very rare that it will grow on the south facing side because that receives a tremendous amount of sun throughout the course of the day. And the algae, moss, and lichen love to grow in wet and damp areas. Now that you know what this is, we should also let you know that you're not alone. If you have it and you live in a neighborhood, it's likely that a good majority of your neighbors have it as well. Or if you live in a wooded area, it's very common. This does spread from roof to roof, and it is airborne. So that's something that you need to know as well. Now that you know what it is, you're probably asking me, well, what do I do about it, or how do I get it off? And that's where you call us, because we can help you out with that. So the way that our services work is pretty simple. We come out to your home, we apply a chemical to the roof, we let the chemical sit there and dwell, the chemical does the work, and then ta-da, your roof is back to normal. Alright, it's not that simple. It's a little bit more difficult than just that. We don't use any direct high pressure. What you should know is that this is a soft wash method, and if you're looking around for service and anybody does mention to you that they will be pressure washing your roof, please hang up the phone on them, because we don't want your roof to be damaged. The pressure washing of a roof is only going to do one thing. It's going to clean the roof without a doubt, but it's also going to dislodge the shingle granule. The shingle granule is on your shingles for one reason, and that is, of course, to function as what a shingle roof is supposed to do. It's supposed to take the water away from the roof and relocate it into the gutters. Well, without that shingle granule, the shingles become weak, and then you're basically down to the tar paper, and then it's time that you need a new roof. So do not let anyone pressure wash your roof. We actually use the method soft wash under 600 psi. We apply our chemicals and detergents to your roof by either means of walking on the roof, if we can, if it's a safe enough roof to walk on, or if it's a steeper roof, then we'll actually have to put up our ladders to your gutter lines and then spray the roof that way. Once the product that we put on there dries on the roof, we tell all of our clients that 98% of all that black streaks will be gone and removed at the time of service, and then we let Mother Nature take its course and rinse the remaining residual chemicals off at the next rain. If you have any of the green, the lichen or the moss, that's going to take a little bit more time to come off. That's actually a rooted organism, so it has little tiny roots that are going to basically secure themselves to your shingle granule. And what you don't want to do in the time of service is you don't want to start pulling those off or brushing them off, because as you do so, you also run the risk of removing that shingle granule. So we just let them basically fall off by their own. What will happen is that in the time of service and the day of service, they'll go from green to white. That means that they're killed, and that means that they're just going to eventually fall off. I've seen some cases upwards of 2 days, upwards of 2 months. I can't give you a guarantee. It all depends on how severe the situation is, and basically how rooted the organism is, and that's how long it will determine how long it will take for it to come off. So now that you're asking me, okay, so now that you know what it is, you know how we're going to remove it. A couple other questions that I get are, will this damage my landscape? And if I told you no, it will not, I would be lying to you. So there always is a chance that accidents and mishaps can occur. We take every precautionary measure to make sure that it doesn't. So what do you mean? What do we mean by that? Well, we're always spraying down your landscaping. We come out with a 2-person crew. One person's applying the chemical, and the other person's always using water from basically your spigot to spray down the vegetation, to spray down the plants all around the home where we're working. And what that does, that ensures that if any runoff or overspray does go on the plants, that they're becoming automatically diluted. And when you automatically dilute something, you're not going to run the risk of damaging any plants. So there is always a chance that it can do it, but we do take every precautionary measure. And just remember that this is a plant that's growing on your roof. So we need to use very strong detergents and chemicals to remove it. Because if we don't use those, then you're only going to have this issue back in another 6 months. We've been in business, as I said, since 2004. We started our roof cleaning services in 2007. Excuse me, 2008. So we've actually been doing this for 5 years now. And what we found is that some homes we've done 5 years ago are actually still clear and free of the algae. Some homes that have been done 2 to 3 years ago are showing some signs of getting it back. So this is a service that you will have to do every so often. It's a maintenance issue, and it's just something that should be done. And just remember that the cost of replacing a roof could be upwards of $5,000 to, in some cases, $10,000. The average cost to clean a roof is between $350 and $700. So it far exceeds the cost of course, having to replace it by just performing some maintenance. One other thing that you need to know is that the algae lives off of the limestone. So not only is it becoming very unsightly to look at, but it's also weakening your shingles. And you know that what they're saying is that none of these have been proven yet, but they're saying that if this is left alone on shingles, the average 30-year roof, it can be, you know, somewhere around 22 to 24 years is what you're going to need to find if you're replacing the roof. Now, as I said, it hasn't been proven, but they have been doing some studies, and you know, it is what it is. So I invite you, if you have any additional questions, to please give me a call and or an email. I look forward to speaking with you in the future. As always, thank you for viewing. Have yourself a wonderful day and take care.